Hello, this is Dan Sigmund again, and we are going to be doing a quick video overview of complaint that I filed about the August 16th, 2022 meeting. There's actually two things that happened here. There is a criminal complaint that was filed here. The chairman, David Froling, committed a criminal act of theft. Obviously, it wasn't like robbing a bank or shoplifting or anything like that. But it was theft of my movable property that I had given to other supervisors. And I will explain. On that August 16th meeting, I was unable to attend. Prior to that meeting, David Froling and his executive committee had written a letter admonishing me for my supposed questionable activity when I was promoting knowledge. I wanted to let people know about a civil rights lawsuit that was filed against the sheriff, Dale Schmidt, and against Dodge County because a citizen of Dodge County was held in jail for over 6 months with no charges. Well, David Froling, the chairman, didn't like that I was making this public knowledge. And I thought, well, the people should know. So what they did is they took it upon themselves at the executive committee to write a letter to me that said they desired that I cease and desist from this action or else. I mean, that's all they said basically, but every single paragraph in that letter, which was about 6 or 7 of them, contained an error or a lie or a half-truth, or how would you call it, misrepresentation. So what I did, since that subject matter was coming up at this August 16th meeting that I couldn't make, I put together the corrections of this accusatory letter that they sent out to me. These corrections were put in my own letter, put in vanilla envelopes, and I had a third party deliver them to the meeting and hand them out to the supervisors before the meeting started to inform them of the full truth before they went into this closed session about this civil rights lawsuit business. We have it on video. We have the third party handing out my packets of information, my letters, my speech, and in this country there is this thing called free speech, right? So I was handing out my speech, my property, to all the supervisors who were the intended recipients. And shortly after he had that all handed out, he called me and said, David Froling is going around and he's collecting all your material. This was before the meeting started yet. And he said, do you want to talk with him? And I said, sure, I'll talk with him. And this individual put him on the phone, and I said, Dave, you can't do that. That's my property. That's my free speech. Hands off. And he basically blew me off. He hasn't been held accountable to county law for I don't know how long. Maybe since he's been on the Board of Supervisors, I don't know that. But I'm starting to question about this kind of thing. So he hung up, continued collecting, or I think at that time he had them all collected already. I got to him after he had them collected. But what he did is he and the deputy clerk went around and collected all my property from the intended recipients, the supervisors that were there. Some of them were even reading it, and David Froling, the chairman, made them stop reading it, put it back in the envelope, and give it to him. And then they took those all to the front desk where he sat, and I never saw them again. Even though I saw him again, I never saw my property again. This was a direct violation of Wisconsin criminal law. Class A misdemeanor, punishable up to, I believe, $10,000 in fines and up to 6 months in jail if convicted, and that's if it's under $500. That's how bad this is. This was not acted upon by anybody. The district attorney, sheriff, also chief of police, Dave Beal, in Juneau, I have seen nothing from him. He's been sitting on it for 2 months now, and nothing has happened. I wanted to give him a chance to do it too. But he talked with the district attorney, Andrea Will, supposedly, and now everything is dead in the water, even a criminal complaint. See, I went to the district attorney first about it, and she said she can't do anything because it happened in the administrative building, and that's in Juneau, and since Juneau has its own police department, you have to go to the chief of police of Juneau to take care of this. So I went to the chief of police of Juneau, who is David Beal, who was appointed to the Board of Supervisors by our chairman who committed this illegal act. And he basically said, well, I don't know what to do with all this, because I gave him all my complaints of all 3 meetings, of all the laws that were broken. And I thought, what is going on here? A chief of police doesn't know what to do with county violations of law, state violations of law. I wouldn't accept that. I said, so you're telling me that you don't know what to do about this? He goes, well, I really didn't say that. And I have these conversations recorded, so I am covering myself on that. Nothing has happened. So now I know that the district attorney, the sheriff, even the chief of police of Juneau are all acting together to protect the chairman, David Froling, from any consequences of him breaking county and state law. And I should add, Corporation Counsel Kimberly Nass, she is the board parliamentarian who is there to make sure things are done properly, and also the head lawyer of the Office of Corporation Counsel. They all have found a way to not cause any embarrassment for David Froling. Now, I took matters to the board in January to elect a new chairman because of all these infractions, and 2/3 of the board, no, I would say 3/4 of the board chose to wink at this and not do anything. Their names are also on this website with phone numbers. I want you to call all these people, as our introductory video has said. Please act on this, and let's start cleaning up Dodge County government, starting with the Board of Supervisors. So please read the complaint, actually both complaints I have about this meeting, because one of them is theft and one of them is a civil rights complaint when he stole my free speech that was meant for the other supervisors. I hope you can help us out here. Keep in touch. Thank you.